special meeting to order. Jan,
Here.
Debbie,
Here.
myself is here, Greg.
Here.
Okay, citizen comments. First we have Mr. Duffy.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. A couple points I'd like to bring up tonight is, the first one is the microphone isn't working.
Yeah, I don't think it's on.
I don't have it turned on. Can you reach it?
There it is, I think. Do I hear it now? Yeah, it's on now. You got it.
Hello, hello. Okay, can we start over, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, go. All right, good evening, everyone. There's a couple points I'd like to bring out tonight. And number one, is it possible that you could, whatever you decide on as far as opening the doors, make that public so everybody knows when to get here? It used to be around 6:30, I think, and now it seems like it gets later and later. I don't care what it is, I just kind of like to know. Okay, a couple of other points here. The election. Just wanted to mention to everyone that the paperwork, and if I misspeak, please correct me. The paperwork needs to be submitted by 2/16. The forms. One thing I didn't really appreciate is when I asked for the forms, I gave them, but I was told any questions that I had must be submitted in writing. I mean, a couple of basic things, such as. So I figured I'd pass along some of the things that I found. As I understand it, and again, I'm speaking based on my understanding of the information. It's a general election. The secretary is not a notary, and people must be given an opportunity to correct their paperwork if it's wrong. Okay. And as far as public record is concerned, I asked today to get a copy of the public record for who's been in the who has applied for the election. And well, we kind of went around it, but I don't know what I need to do or what the form is to ask for it. Next, the light. This is the last time I'll bother to mention this. The light is still out on the corner of the building. This is 2 times I've mentioned it. I'm wondering if there's a potential city liability here in case somebody falls in the dark because it's been everybody knows that it's out. Okay, now the sign. I noticed that I'm not going to bother asking people to update the sign any longer. I've given up that. But I would like to ask, and I mentioned it to the city secretary last week, if you could please take down the 2 8s on either on the billboard that is right next door to the feed and fanning, because that looks like a date. And I said to her last week, I said the date that we have the thing is the 6th. So now I don't care what you think of me or what you think of any group that I belong to, but people rely on this. Today we had about 135 families that we gave out over 7,000 pounds of food to. Now, wouldn't it be a shame? I don't think I'm asking too much, and I will volunteer to, using my own equipment to get up there and take it down. I will waive any liability. I will pay for any damage. I will even find somebody from the First United Methodist Church to help me, because it seems like they have a big thing. I won't use their steps, but could I please, or could you have somebody just take down those 2 8s? That's all I ask. Oh, crap. All right. Oh, excuse me. Well, real quick, while I'm leaving here, I gotta talk to the city council about my water bill, because apparently the people who handle those things can't fix it, and it just seems to be a waste. Thank you very much. Thank you for your extra time.
Mr. Duffy.
I got my own timer, so it's already started. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate your service. I know that sometimes it's thankless. authority to call a council meeting, I do have a question about that. If you were not involved in calling this meeting, would you please raise your hand if you're willing? If you were not involved in calling this meeting. So the mayor, or the agenda was placed with the mayor's name on it, but it was not signed. Mayor is not here. Just want to know who's calling the meetings, because I don't believe a single council member has the authority to call a meeting. So please be aware of that. It's just as important as approving financial statements that you know to be incorrect is not appropriate. Conducting meetings that are not appropriately called is not appropriate. I'll jump on Mr. Duffy's comment about the water bill. My water bill didn't have any indication that it was an estimated bill, but due to the cold weather and a broken pipe, we went out to turn the water off, and our water meter box was totally full of mud and ants, and I was really quite confused about how somebody could read that meter with it totally full. So I'll bring pictures and my water bill to the next council meeting, but I think it'd be appropriate to have an agenda item on there. I'll ask one council member to put that on there so we can talk about the validity of water bills and how we're going to make sure that we verify and audit those water bills. Because if it's an estimated bill, it should say estimated. If it's not estimated, somebody better have read that water bill, that water meter. Otherwise, that's mail fraud. Wanted to point out just a couple of things. My dad, the older my dad gets and the older I get, the wiser he gets. He says, you get a lot of nails in your tires when you don't look past the end of your hood. So when we do things like reschedule regular council meetings because that council meeting date falls on a federal holiday, well, that federal holiday is published years in advance. That's not a surprise. So it concerns me that we wait until a day or two before that regular meeting to reschedule it. Again, my question is, who's calling these meetings? And this meeting. This is a special meeting to deal with one topic. Is this a topic that should have been on the last council agenda? Did anybody get any materials to prepare for this topic? Anybody want to raise their hand if you have materials that prepared you to talk about this evening? Okay, so nobody received any advanced materials, just an agenda that talks about the 2014-2018 debt service payment. So not surprising. Also not surprising, at the beginning of April, there will be a total eclipse of the sun that includes Ladonia. Now, having been to a total eclipse, I can tell you that the populations of small towns can grow quite a bit with people trying to get into the path of totality. So if you haven't had a conversation about that or prepared for that event, that might be something good to put on the agenda for the next regular meeting. Thank you.
Okay, discuss, consider action of the 2014-2018 debt service payment.
Okay, we got these bills in the email recently, and we do not need to let them be late.
Okay, both of them
So
are
wait.
due on, February the 15th, and they will both need to be wired. One is $20,224, and the other is $30,299.50.
And it also has a paid agent fee, I think, too.
Yeah, both are, one of them is
Let's see.
$200. Just
The
one
other-
of them, one of them
yeah,
has it, the
yeah.
other one,
Right.
well, the other one does also, but it's interest.
It's
The other one
interest,
has
interest.
Yeah, it's
on it,
interest.
And this one doesn't.
I make a motion that we, move the funding into the Texas Water Development Board account and pay these bills ASAP. We'll have to move it from the property tax, general, and the utility.
What's the total amount you moving?
How much,
I don't have a total on that.
and how much from each account?
20.
That's a lot.
$50,723.50.
50,720.
23. Diane, do you have what's in the property tax account with you?
I don't have 50,005.
I think you
Well,
added
did
the
you add the
200
200?
twice. I think you added it twice, because if you look, it says net,
All you gotta do is look at the totals here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 50,523.50.
Or maybe it isn't in there. Yeah, 32.99.
299.50.
Yeah, I did.
5523.
I
Yeah,
did, I
you
didn't
did.
see that they had it
Added
added
in.
in on that top figure. Sorry about that.
Hand scratch.
So 50,523.50.
So what's in these accounts? She had, I think Debbie asked.
I asked what was in the property.
No, I don't have that. I don't have today's.
I wanna
total.
say that there's like 19,000 or something like that in the property. And
All
the
I
rest will
can
have to
go
come
by
from,
was from the last meeting, that printout,
yeah,
because I don't have it for today.
yeah. More than likely, it's just gonna come out of the property in the general. You have to leave it in the utility to pay the utility bill, so we don't wanna start transferring back into that one again.
How much was in the property fund?
I believe it's 19,000 and something.
This one's got waterworks and sewers, so I'm not so sure that this doesn't need to come out of the 2014 one. First one says the tax and surplus revenue, but this one says tax and
Water.
waterworks, so
Mhm.
that one would need to come out of, or at least part of it, out of that account.
Out of the utilities.
Water,
Okay, so what's gonna have to happen is we're gonna have to take it, we're gonna have to take money out of the general, put it in the utilities to pay that out of there, if that's where we're gonna take it out. So, ever how you wanna transfer.
okay, Greg has made a motion to transfer the, correct amount of monies to pay the $50,523.50 into the Texas, you said water board account?
Yeah, Texas Water Development Board.
Okay.
Does anybody want
Um,
to second that motion?
Okay, can you, okay, repeat that one more time so I make sure I get my details on it?
Greg has made a
Retrans-
motion to
Transfer.
pay the 2014 and 2018 series bond payments. And take out the monies, the total out of the property, general, and utility. Transfer them to the Texas Water Development Board account and of a total of $50,523.50.
Okay, made sure I had that right. Gotta be paid.
I'll second.
Okay, Debbie has seconded that motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Reluctantly.
Okay. The meeting will adjourn at 6:18.
I make a motion to adjourn at 6:18.
Debbie has made a motion,
Second.
Greg in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.